Hey guys, my name's Mike. I am the Grand Prix director of Harrison Hall. Whoever's watching this, if you're the new Grand Prix director, this is where I'm going to teach you basically what you're going to need to do. Think of it as like a reference as to what you're going to need to do and how you're going to do things, how everything works on this go-kart right here. I have a list here of things that responsibilities you're going to need to do. And if you have any questions, I'll be around next year, 2017 spring semester. The reason why I'm not renewing my position is because I'm on an internship and co-op rotation, so I won't be here. So I'm going to start with congratulations on getting the position. It's a really fun job. It just takes a little bit of time. It takes some getting used to. You're going to do a lot more second semester than you do first semester, because hey, what's up? It's Trey. I'm making my video diary of how to be a Grand Prix director. So first thing you're going to need to do is build a team. What I did was I made a series of posters. I put them throughout the hall on a set date, and that pretty much got everyone. I put them on like the entrances to like the guys' dorms and the girls' dorms, so like everyone saw them as they walked by. You're trying to get the screws out. So this one's good.
Yeah.
I did that one.
This guy that needs to come out, right?
Yes, that guy.
Okay.
Sorry about that. We're in the final stages of getting ready for the big race. We just need to safety wire a couple things. So, what you're going to want to do is to get a team. As I said, put up posters everywhere. You're going to also want to host a call out, like rent out a room, or maybe have it in the Grand Prix room. This is Harrison's Grand Prix room. Don't know if you can see it very well, but it's pretty big. It's got everything we're going to need. All the tools. This is some new equipment I recently just bought. So once you get a team nailed down, you're gonna want to figure out who's going to be good qualified for positions. So in Grand Prix, there's 7 spots that need to be filled for the race. One of them being crew chief, which would be you. The other 6 is going to be, you're going to have 4 crew members, and they're going to be basically the ones in the pit trying to fix the cart as maybe refill fuel. One's going to be holding a fire extinguisher, the other maybe changing the tires. It's a really long race, and you're going to want to have people in the pits doing their jobs. You're going to want a driver. Self-explanatory, they're going to drive. And you're going to want a track worker. What their job is they go on the track, and if someone crashes, they pretty much just take the cart and they either push it back onto the track if they can still race, or they push it off of the track if the cart's completely damaged and busted. So as far as that goes, personally, I held elections to determine that, where my whole team of 24 guys narrowed it down to 7 guys, and they voted on the positions, and they, it's a whole democracy thing. And I did that second semester. You can choose to do that first semester, but you might have some guys drop to do change in schedules. That's what happened to me, at least. And it gets busier second semester. First semester, you're just working on basic stuff, not a whole lot. And I hope to leave you with the cart in good condition. It might not be in perfect condition. You're laughing?
Yeah.
It might not be in perfect condition because, things do get rough on the track. The track's only 2 carts wide, and there's going to be around 52 teams. So 52 carts on one track is not a lot of space, and there's going to be crashes. With that in mind, where's my list? So with that in mind, you're going to need to replace parts, and I recommend going to Fox Valley, which is here in Lafayette. It's down the road. You can take a bus there. If you have someone that has a car, they can take a car there. And pretty much, you go there and they have like a Harrison account already. So you can just charge it to that account and pay on the spot there, or you can pay 2 weeks later if something comes up. But what? It's bent?
Yeah. I think it's from when we were trying to drill it.
Jesus. Oh well. We're gonna have to make it work.
Bent bolts happen.
Yeah. Anyway, Fox Valley is a good place because they have almost everything. The fluids, so what we have is a wet clutch. Let me show you it right here. So, right here, this thing's a wet clutch. This thing that's spinning right now is a wet clutch. And what that means is, and I'll tell you more in depth about a clutch in another video, but when it is basically it makes the tire spin when there's a load on it. So like, say we set it to like, I'm talking about fluids. I'll explain the clutch in a different video. But anyway, it needs clutch fluid, which is this red fluid, right? You also have this fireproof case you need to keep all your fluid in. It is this bright red fluid right here. Comes in that nifty bottle, and then you can squirt it into the clutch. You can buy that off of Comet, I believe is the company's name. Or you can go to like any motor sport store, really. There's some in Lafayette. What I recommend for the future though is getting a dry clutch, which works exactly the same as a wet clutch, but it doesn't need any fluid. The rig for it though costs about $800, so you're likely going to get about a $2,000 budget, or maybe more if you're lucky. What?
A lot of things you gotta change.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's an $800 change. A lot of things you have to change. You're going to learn a lot along the way about the go-kart. I'll explain in a different video about how all the parts work. But this is just like your basic video on how to operate a team. Other recommendations I have is, another way you can do the call out is, I have this PS3 that's Harrison Hall's PS3 actually. It's in here. That is the Logitech G27, which means it has pedals, a stick shift, and a wheel, and it provides like resistance and stuff, which is really cool. Simulates real driving, and it comes with Gran Turismo 6. The only thing we don't have is a TV to play it on, so you're gonna have to rent out like the TV lounge if that TV works, or like something upstairs with those TVs. You can do that for your call out. I did that for my call out. It was a lot of fun. Had a blast. Where did my paper go? Oh, it went on the floor. Okay. So rules of the race. So all the rules can be found on the Grand Prix Foundation homepage. So you just type into Google Purdue Grand Prix, and you got everything there. It's a long document. I believe it was 41 pages. Just look it over. You'll look it over one time, and then you'll know pretty much everything. All of it's self-explanatory, pretty much. And then don't be afraid to like go there for anything like regarding rules, because you will not pass inspection if any of them are broken. Let me tell you firsthand, we didn't pass the first inspection. You get 2 inspection tries. So you go to the first.
They changed that though, because they changed it this year.
Did they?
Yeah.
No, they had 2 last year.
But they were different times.
Oh, yeah,
They were
the times for inspection are different every year, but they will have 2 inspection periods. So if you go to the first inspection and you pass, that's great. You don't do anything to your go-kart unless you break it. But with the second inspection, it's, go big or go home. If you don't pass the second inspection, you're not racing at all that year. They're really strict about it because of safety-wise. As I mentioned, you only get 2 karts per track. Sorry if I'm rambling a little bit. Hard to do a video diary. Never done it before. Another thing you're going to want is to gain access to Armstrong Hall of Engineering's Fabrication Lab. It's in the basement. You can go to their website and you can become certified on the tools and stuff, and you can submit projects. Personally, I have someone on the team that works there, so he does everything that we need there. And the reason why you might want something to go there is you might need to do another weld on something, because a weld might come loose like it did for me. I had to weld, wasn't perfect. I had to weld, I don't know if you can see it whenever I'm pointing to this part right here, back together because it literally ripped off during inspection. So stuff like welding, or as what we're doing is we're taking off screws and we're going to drill holes in them, because you need to safety wire almost every single bolt, screw, anything that sticks out that can come loose. You need to safety wire, because if it comes out during a race and you're going down the straightaway and you're going like 40 miles per hour and something comes loose and your go-kart breaks, not safe for the driver.
And for anybody behind.
And for anyone behind him, yeah. So another thing that you might want to do is go to seminars. Fox Valley, which is the store I mentioned earlier, holds 4 seminars, and they're each on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. For 4 weeks. Each of them is on like different things like driving, the chassis, how the chassis is built, how that works, how the engine works, and how the clutch works. I think those are the 4 seminars they had. But I urge you to go to every single one of them. They're really informative. This right here, this is the starter. So what you do is when you connect these 2 nodes together, connect these 2 nodes together, the other one's already connected, we just unconnect one. It'll spin this, and this is how you actually start the go-kart. I'm going to do a different video on that to let you know how you do it. Other than that, regarding budget, again, I know I'm all over the place, and I'm sorry for that. I just got a lot to do. Don't panic if you don't pass first inspection. Don't panic. Just try and do everything you can to get through second inspection. Have a reserve. So in your budget, have a reserve. So in case something goes horribly wrong, like your engine needs to be rebuilt or you need to buy a new clutch, like have a reserve of at least, I'd say $500. That'll get you at least 1 engine rebuild and 1 clutch rebuild. If something goes horribly wrong, you don't have that reserve, you're pretty much screwed. And don't be afraid to ask the Senate for more money. If you need more money and they have like for instance today I asked them for $300, I got $300 more because we had $1,100 more in the general funds, and I just asked them to switch 300 of that to Grand Prix, and they were really nice about it. More often than not, they will pass it, unless you ask for something totally ridiculous. Like if I asked for 1,000 today, that would have been ridiculous. Plan accordingly. You don't want to be spending 8 hours the night before an inspection or practice working on the go-kart, because you might have other things to do like college. And another thing I have is go to Senate meetings. Those are very important, and it basically is how Harrison's money's spent. That's how we vote on like parties or Super Bowl things, or how to move funds around. That we all do that through a Senate meeting. So go to that. If you don't go to that, I actually wrote a new clause in our Constitution which states that if an exec member, which you're on the executive board right now, if an exec member does not go to a certain amount of meetings, they can be impeached. So be sure that doesn't happen to you. I'll be around in the spring next year if you need any help. Again, this is between 2016 and 2017. So 2017 Grand Prix. That's you. And watch my other videos for more helpful tips. I will go over every single bits and piece of this go-kart because I have to, because it's this new thing we're doing, which I like, but I don't like doing the work. So no, I like it. I'd like it if I could have like if someone had done it so that I didn't come in like blank-minded You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have been nice. So I'm doing this for you. So, yeah. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Very important. So I rented this thing, which is called a transponder. That's how they keep track of where you are on the track, because it's a pretty big track and, you know, there's 52 carts. So we already have a transponder. I don't know if it works because I haven't tested it, but I accidentally rented one because I couldn't find it. And so we finally found it after a week after renting it. And renting it cost $150. So I just spent $150 that didn't need to be spent because I was not informed that we had one of these. So I'm just letting you know we have one of these, and we also have the charger for it in a different in this thing. I'm not going to move it, so you'll know exactly where it is. It's in this thing. It's in its own little cubby right there. And then we also have this really nice tool set that I bought for Grand Prix, and it's right here. So be sure to keep everything organized, because I would hate to buy more of these, because this was like $150 for like this whole tool set. Yeah, so have fun. This is a new thing for everyone, so don't be afraid to fail. Happens to everyone. Do your best. All right. Thank you.